of a moving car. That's what they're doing with their resources. You look at Asia Wilson's signature shoe, her logo, resources wasted. You look at the Paige Bueckers Nike logo. Does this look like they really wanted to do this, or they were just catering to that crowd? So they said, oh, let's just get up Paige and let's give her a logo. Let's cater to the crowd. It's a company I grew up with. I think many of us had these. Paige Bueckers signs a deal with Lego as she prepares to be the next signature athlete. Now, my question to you: how many kids know who Paige Bueckers is? Number one. How many kids' parents know who Paige Bueckers is? Number two. And if you're walking in a toy store, whether it's Target, whether it's a toy section at Walmart, and you see this face on a box, who knows who this is? Seriously.
What we are seeing right now feels like watching money get tossed straight out of a moving car. That is honestly the best way to describe how some major companies are handling their marketing in women's basketball. When you step back and really look at where the money is going, it raises serious questions about priorities, planning, and basic business sense. Take a look at signature shoes, logos, and brand deals. Some of these designs look rushed, uninspired, and thrown together just to say they did something. It doesn't feel like passion or belief in the athlete. Feels like checking a box. The logo gets approved, the press release goes out, and everyone pretends this was carefully planned. But when you really study it, you can tell it wasn't. This isn't about talent. Let's make that clear. The players involved are skilled. They worked hard. They earned their place. This conversation is about marketing decisions and business outcomes, not basketball ability. Those two things are not the same, even though people often mix them together. The bigger issue is how corporations are spending huge budgets on athletes who simply do not move products, bring ratings, or attract casual fans. What makes it worse is that these companies already know this. They have access to sales data, viewership numbers, attendance reports, and engagement metrics. None of this information is hidden, yet they continue to spend anyway. That's why it feels less like a mistake and more like a choice. One of the clearest examples is the Lego partnership announcement involving Paige Bueckers, as she prepares to enter the WNBA. Lego is a brand most of us grew up with. It's familiar, trusted, and rooted in characters people instantly recognize. Think Star Wars, Marvel heroes, Harry Potter, and classic figures kids and parents both know without thinking twice. Now ask yourself something honestly. If you walk into a Target or Walmart toy aisle and see a Lego box with Paige Bueckers' face on it, who recognizes her? How many kids know who she is? How many parents do? How many grandparents? Be real. Most people shopping for toys are not WNBA fans. They are parents trying to grab something their child will be excited about. Recognition matters. Familiarity sells. That's not opinion. That's how retail works. Meanwhile, products connected to Caitlin Clark sell out almost instantly. Her basketballs disappeared within days. Shoes moved fast. Apparel flew off shelves. Even non-sports items tied to her image found buyers quickly. That tells you everything you need to know about demand. Yet companies continue betting on athletes who don't generate the same response. What makes the Lego situation even stranger is the visual branding. The promotional colors used weren't Dallas Wings colors. They weren't tied to her pro team. Instead, the look leaned heavily on Iowa Hawkeye colors. Black and gold. Yellow accents. That choice wasn't random. It shows exactly what the marketing teams understand but won't admit publicly. They know they need a connection to Caitlin Clark to grab attention. They've been trying to tie Paige to her for years through rivalry storylines, comparisons, and shared narratives. That effort didn't stop when Clark left college. It continued right into the pros. Even now, they are still leaning on Iowa's identity because that's what casual fans recognize. That should tell you something. If Paige truly had the pull to stand alone as a marketing powerhouse, none of that would be necessary. Her own colors, her own image, her own story would be enough. The fact that it isn't speaks volumes. The same pattern shows up when you look at television decisions. Paige's WNBA debut aired on ION, a network many people had never heard of before the league started placing games there. That debut pulled around 639,000 viewers. That number isn't terrible, but it's not groundbreaking either. Compare that to Caitlin Clark's debut. which drew over 2 million viewers. ESPN wanted that game. They made room for it. They promoted it heavily because they knew people would watch. That's how networks operate. They chase attention. Meanwhile, other debuts quietly land on smaller platforms with limited reach. Attendance numbers tell the same story. The Dallas Wings struggled to fill their arena most of the season. Seats stayed empty until the Indiana Fever came to town. Once Clark arrived, tickets disappeared. That isn't speculation. That's documented. So when corporations decide to hand out signature deals and massive campaigns, the question becomes unavoidable. Why are they ignoring the obvious data? The answer seems to be narrative. For the last few years, media outlets pushed a storyline about rivalries, balance, and shared stardom. That storyline gained traction online, especially in certain circles. Instead of stepping back and checking real-world results, companies followed the noise. They listened to social media instead of shoppers. That's backwards. A successful business responds to customers, not comments. It builds products people already want, not items executives hope will change opinions. When companies choose optics over outcomes, money gets wasted. And that's exactly what we're watching. Nike is another example. Some of these signature logos look like they were designed in minutes. No depth, no creativity, no sense of long-term branding. It feels performative, like the goal was to say, "We did it," instead of "We believed in this." That approach hurts everyone involved. It hurts the company's bottom line. It hurts fans who want quality products. It even hurts the athlete, who deserves genuine investment rather than a rushed rollout that quietly fails. Paige Bueckers deserves strong support. She deserves creative marketing built around who she actually is, not forced connections to someone else's fame. She deserves partners who are confident in her appeal, not brands hedging their bets while pretending otherwise. But that's not what's happening. Instead, we see rushed launches, recycled ideas, and marketing plans that rely on association rather than identity. Consumers can tell. Shoppers are not dumb. When something feels forced, they walk past it. That's why shelves stay full while other products sell out. The Unrivaled League is another test case. Paige is one of its featured faces, and there's no doubt she will play well. The question is whether people outside the core fan base will tune in. Early signs aren't promising. Limited broadcast access. Low promotion. Small platforms. This pattern keeps repeating. Big announcement. Weak execution. Disappointing results. Then confusion when expectations aren't met. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's presence consistently changes outcomes. Ratings rise. Attendance jumps. Merchandise moves. Engagement spikes. That's not hype. That's measurable impact. This isn't about fairness or favoritism. It's about basic business logic. Public companies have a responsibility to invest wisely. Choosing to lose money on campaigns that data already warned against isn't bold. It's careless. And eventually, shareholders will ask questions. Why are we funding projects that don't sell? Why are we ignoring consumer behavior? Why does this keep happening? At some point, the excuse of growing the game stops working. Growth still requires strategy. It still requires listening to buyers. It still requires honesty. Right now, it looks like corporations are trying to force popularity instead of responding to it. That rarely works. You can't tell people what to care about. You have to meet them where they already are. The market has spoken clearly. Wallets have spoken. Viewers have spoken. Fans have shown what they support. Ignoring that doesn't make a company progressive. It makes it stubborn. So when you see new partnerships, flashy announcements, and signature deals that don't match the numbers, ask yourself one simple question. Is this smart business? Or is this money flying out of a moving car? Because from where things stand, the answer feels pretty obvious. Let me know what you think. Do these partnerships make sense to you, or do they feel forced? The data is right there. The results are right there. And sooner or later, reality always catches up. If you appreciate breakdowns that focus on facts instead of hype, you already know what to do.